Hey everybody, welcome back. We're gonna play a bit of Silent Hill 2 today. I got a very late start, later than usual even, but since I don't plan on beating the game today, we can just take an hour or so to play through the hotel and accomplish most of the busy work so we can then get to the real good stuff we want to see, the free endings. So we gotta go talk to Laura first. I'm also curious to see how the hotel handles its frame rate outside, because I've heard that's where people have reported the most difficulties with it, on quality mode in the outside expansive areas. So let's go talk to Laura first. Been playing Alan Wake 2. I finally beat that game, and um, I also just beat the 3 Night Springs DLC levels that they released. We finished those 3 episodes. So I've got a few comments I want to make on those, but we're gonna let Laura talk first to James over here.
Did I scare you?
Yeah, you did. I guess I deserved it, huh? The fart face that I am.
Maybe. Then again, maybe you're not so bad. Just annoying.
Uh-huh. So, you got any other things planned? I think I saw a dark room back there you could lock me up in.
No. I think you've had enough. For now.
Well, that's reassuring.
Besides, I need your help finding Mary. She's here. Isn't she? Come on, tell me.
I wish I knew.
But she said it in her letter.
Wait. So there really is a letter?
Oh. Yeah. Want to read it? Just don't tell Rachel, okay?
Who's Rachel?
She's our nurse. I took it from her locker.
My dearest Laura, I'm leaving this letter with Rachel to give to you after I'm gone. I'm far away now. In a quiet, beautiful place. Please forgive me for not saying goodbye before I left. Be well, Laura. Don't be too hard on the sisters. And Laura, about James. I know you hate him because you think he isn't nice to me, but please, give him a chance. It's true, he can be a little surly sometimes, and he doesn't laugh much. But underneath, he's a really sweet person. I love you, Laura. I love you like my very own daughter. I wish things were different. I wish we could be happy together, like we talked about. Even so, I know you will have a good life. You're a strong, smart, beautiful girl. Happy 8th birthday, Laura. Your friend, Mary.
Laura. How old are you?
I turned 8 last week.
That means Mary couldn't have died 3 years ago. Could she really be here? Is this the quiet, beautiful place she was talking about?
Me and Mary talked a lot about Silent Hill. She even showed me all her pictures. She really wanted to come back. She also talked a lot about you, you know? She even...
What? What is it?
Well, it kind of was his other letter. I think the one was for you. The envelope had your name on it.
Did you read it?
I wanted to. This one time, I almost did. Figured you didn't deserve to have it. But then I thought, Mary wouldn't want me to keep it from you. So I just sort of kept it for you. Here.
It's empty. Laura, there's nothing in it.
What? But I didn't take it. I swear.
Well, where is it then?
I must have lost it. I gotta find it.
Laura!
Yeah, so James's vocal performance here is a lot more solid than the original. That's for sure. He sounded so scandalized when Laura mentioned Rachel's name in the original, like the voice actor didn't know how to react. So Luke Roberts definitely did a lot more improvement here on his role compared to Guy in the original Silent Hill 2. Also, the town is messing with Laura because it took her letters, so unless that was one she got directly from the town. So she doesn't see the monsters, but it is still messing with her nonetheless. More sheet music. I still haven't looked up what this means. I'm sure it has some meaning. I should probably look it up before the last video next time, but I'm pretty sure it has some meaning. Alright, so we picked up Mary's second letter from Laura. That's one more memo. There's one downstairs that we have to go pick up.
Laura!
It should be down in the utility room. Some people say Laura's still annoying, and she's not really that annoying here. She was much more annoying in the original Silent Hill 2 with that bratty voice. Where do we go down? That's where we need to go. Oh, here it is. So there's a photo in the Venus Tears bar, but we can't get to it just yet. Here it is. That's about the fireplace. And there should also be one at the counter. There should be one more memo we can pick up. We're almost near the end. I'm kind of sad to see it end. But at the same time, we've been playing this game for literally like 70 hours. So it probably is time for it to end at this point. Because we got to move on. We got Soul Reaper that technically should have released just now. I still gotta go and purchase it. I gotta purchase it from the PSN network. I was waiting to see if I would get a PS Plus membership first to help out with the cost, but I'm actually not sure I'm gonna end up playing any online games this month. So I'd rather not buy that membership unless I'm absolutely sure I'm gonna use it. So I might just buy the regular game outright. There's the memo for James. Now the next one is at Lost and Found, which is right over here. It's the one that replaced Oh, never mind, cause that's the one that got replaced by the special item. It got replaced by the Book of Lost Memories. So normally you would find a memo there, and it's the memo mentioning the strange man who seemed very odd and knew about the book and knew his way around there, even though no one had ever seen him there. Which I still believe is just one of the Order's deities dressed up as a human. I don't think it was an actual human man. It wasn't a man that they encountered, it was something else. But that got replaced by the Book of Lost Memories, which we can actually pick up. Because you see, we have the White Chrism, we have the Crimson Ceremony, but we left behind the Obsidian Goblet, so that means we can safely pick up this book and admire it. I once tried to make like a little storage box resembling this book. It did not turn out well. I'm too amateur of a painter to actually know how to do that, but yeah, I was trying to make not like a little music box, but like a little storage box resembling this so we could sell it online. Because that was back when Konami didn't give a fuck about the franchise, so you could sell anything online. But it just wasn't up to standards that I wanted it to be. It seems like one of those projects that looks very easy when you first get started on it, but then you realize it takes a very deft touch to be able to get all the little details right, the aging, the creases, stuff like that. Okay, so we gotta go to room 104. That's the next destination. People were joking on the Reddit that Laura would turn in James to the authorities because someone asked, like, legally speaking, what happens to James after this? Does he go to jail? Does he get off? What? By definition of insanity, like, what does happen to him legally after this? God damn. Off to a good start already. Shit. Yeah, and some people are joking Laura would turn him in at the first stop they made, just go over to a payphone and call the police. They were probably joking, but the thing is, as I've said before, I actually don't believe Laura would turn him in, simply because even though she cared about Mary, the thing is, Laura also knows that if she does turn James in, she's just gonna be sent right back to whatever orphanage she's living at, which are pretty much hell in the United States. So she ran away for a reason, to find Mary in the town. So she's not gonna give up the one person left with any remaining ties to Mary. And not only that, like, I wonder what Mary meant by the sisters in the letter. Does she mean Laura's biological sisters, or is it like I thought, the sisters of an orphanage, like she's living at a religiously run orphanage? God, you mother... Damn, I was assuming he was gonna come from this direction, and instead he was here right by the door. That fucker. Yeah, I expected him to come from this direction, and instead he came from over here by the next to the little cabinet here. Alright, so we discussed this before. Sean Mitchell is actually a combination of Sean Beam and Radha Mitchell from the Silent Hill 1 movie, and that's why it's important here. It's just a little homage to the first movie in the series. Like, people who haven't really played the previous Silent Hill games or watched the first movie will not get this. I don't think Mars got it at all. But yeah, it's just a combination of Sean Bean and Radha Mitchell. you know, their first and last name combined to make Sean Mitchell, and it's just a little homage towards people who saw the Silent Hill 1 movie. You know, all 10 of us. No, I'm kidding. The movie actually did decent business, even though it wasn't a huge success. It did well enough to spawn a sequel, which was horrible, but it still did pretty good business. So that was a nice little touch by the developers there. I see you. You can stay over there. Is there anyone here? In 104? Good. It's empty. Oh, there's the photo right there. Aftermath. We've almost got them all. Okay, so now we don't have to worry about another photo or glimpse of the past for a very long time. Because one is downstairs in the bar, which is very near towards the end of the game, and the other glimpse of the past is actually upstairs in a suitcase, so we don't have to worry about them for quite a while. So far the game is running pretty good indoors. I wonder how it's going to be when we go outside into the garden. That's locked. Let's go over here by the shortcut. So like I said, I finished the Night Springs DLC for Alan Wake 2. Pretty interesting. Although I will say the third one was actually my least favorite. Even though it's the most out there of all the scenarios, I thought it was going to be the most fun, but in some respects it was actually kind of boring because near the end of the game they stick you not to give huge spoilers for this section, but they stick you in an area where you're pretty much communicating using text. You're not really playing the game, you're just texting back and forth, like it's almost like a choose your own adventure type of thing near the end, and I found that really tedious. I did not care for that section at all. Also, I didn't really jive with the story. Like let me try something here, because I was messing around with the motion blur settings for the Ratchet and Clank game on the PS5. Rift Apart, is that what it's called? I was messing around with the in-game motion blur for that, and that one has like a sliding scale of motion blur, so I don't know how much is too much. So I just want to see how motion blur does over here in this outdoor section. I don't notice that much of a difference. We're gonna turn it off. Yeah, I don't notice that much of a difference. It still looks pretty great. But anyway, we're talking about Night Springs, so my favorite episode was by far the Rose one. The Jessie one, even though it's not really her, it's a fake Jessie. You know, she's called the sibling. She doesn't even get a name. That one was okay. It was okay. It's whatever. It had a few funny touches. But the last one, even though it should have been the most exciting, I don't know, I think it felt kind of flat. because you never really get a resolution to what you're doing. Like not to give too many spoilers, but you basically play as Sean Ashmore, not Tim Breaker. You play as Sean Ashmore, the actual actor, in this weird multiversal story. And even though I like a lot of multiversal stuff, I don't know, this one felt kind of flat. Because you spend the whole game... Oh, there's some ghosting right there. I just noticed it. Oh, and apparently someone noted that there's 3 distinct versions of patient demons in the game. Yeah, I don't notice much of a difference with the motion blur turned off. So anyway, you're playing as Sean Ashmore, and you're chasing this person or entity throughout time, or like throughout the multiverse basically, and yet, again, not to give away too many spoilers, but you basically never reach a conclusion. Like, you never actually find them. You find someone else, and it just becomes like this weird case of like, why are we even doing this? Yeah, it's one of those cases where like, what was the point of the story if he never even found his target? You know, the one person or entity you're supposed to track down and deal with is the one person or entity that you do not find in the entire section of the game. So it's like, what was even the point then of telling that story if there's no conclusion, and there's probably never gonna be? Because the trick of those sections is that they're all written by Alan Wake. So if in universe Alan basically decides, oh fuck it, I'm not gonna write anymore, they're pretty much done. Like, unless they release another set of DLC, that's pretty much it for Timebreaker. So again, it's one of those scenarios where it was like, what was even the point? There's no resolution to the story whatsoever. At least in the other two, you get some type of conclusion at the end. This one is just left on like a big to be continued in a different way from Jesse's during episode 2. That one I didn't mind as much, but this one, like I said, it seemed like too important of a story to left incomplete, and yeah, that's exactly what they did. They left it incomplete, as it's probably never gonna have any type of resolution, because ultimately it's not that important to the plot in the first place. So yeah, I just really didn't like it that much. It was cool, I guess, for most of it, but it probably isn't something I'd play again, except to see if there's an alternate ending. Because I did screw up during one of the sections, I believe. I made the wrong choice, and pretty much the game protagonist got damned for it. So maybe if we make different choices, we'll get a better ending. One that is less to be continued. But yeah, other than that, like I said, my favorite one was definitely the one with Rose, the OD or diner waitress. She was my favorite by far. It was also the funniest. And then Jesse's was okay, and then like I said, I didn't really care that much for Timebreaker. So that's the Alan Wake 2 DLC. Next up on the list is the Lake House DLC, which sounds really interesting, really intriguing. So I'm definitely excited to play that one. But we're also gonna play on the 12th. We're gonna play Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver Remastered. Oh boy. I hope people are ready for that. Because Raziel's return has been a long time coming. He should have come back years ago. Alright, so we gotta head up to the second floor. Would have been nice if they let us go into the gift shop so we could see what types of gifts are sold there. Hey, look at this. Is this the old yeah, this is the old Lakeview Hotel, isn't it? Oh, look at that. We almost got 666 in terms of bullets. Yeah, but that is the old Lakeview Hotel, isn't it? Or is that this one and you just have the red ceiling right over there? Because the pier looks slightly different. Maybe that is the old hotel. Oh yeah, let's use this key as long as we're here. Oh yeah, we didn't use the key to room 102. We gotta go back. I was listening to the soundtrack for this game on YouTube. It's pretty nice compared to the old OG soundtrack. Nothing ever is gonna beat that one, but this one is actually very, very good. It has quite a few memorable tracks on it. I especially like the new theme they came up with for the double pyramid head fight. That one sounds kind of epic for how short it is. Is there a freak inside here? Nope. Just a bear. Maybe the bear's a freak. Got plenty of health though. Got 95 health drinks. We're almost to 100. I want to see if we can get to 100 by the end of the game. Then we'll use them all on Maria. We'll use them all on that boss fight, because that's what we do. But I want to see if we can get to the very end. I think that was optional because we don't really get anything important there. That's just the key you find behind the bar. In the in Cafe Toluca, so I don't think that's super critical. You can avoid those health items if you don't want to go in there, but why would you? It's free health and free bullets. You might as well gather it all up. Like someone else said, imagine if there had been a jump scare here where something popped up and scared you. I know Silent Hill's too sophisticated for that, but that's what Until Dawn did with that one section where you stared through the viewer and then one random Wendigo popped up in the screen and you never saw it again. That is locked. How do we get in there? I already forgot. Do we have to go upstairs and then come back down? How do we get in there? Nurse's office. Oh, I know how we get in there. We go through the cloak room and then come up on the other side. We gotta jump over the little barrier there. Use the sunrise wing key. Yeah, we gotta jump over this barrier right here. And then come out on the other side. With this jump scare right here, this son of a bitch. That doesn't scare me anymore, but I've seen it get at least 2 streamers playing the game. Nobody expects that jump scare. And it's just the wind. Just like this mannequin here is not expecting me to just start whipping it. God damn. I thought that would stop it. I genuinely thought that would stop it. I guess one pipe swing is not enough to stun it. You know, you have to hit it harder. Here goes this one. Ooh, you almost got me. You almost had me, mannequin. Not quite. Alright, so let's grab this apple because this is super important for the Maria ending. So let's grab that ripe, delicious apple. And we're gonna go over here into the nurse's office. To be honest, after playing the Night Springs DLC, it is gonna be pretty weird to go back to the regular DLC where we have a story that gasp actually matters. You know, it actually matters to the overall narrative, and it's serious in tone. It's not all goofy and weird. It's pretty serious. So that will be weird. Let's ambush this nurse. We got another health drink. 96. There's Mary's medical record, which James conveniently does not want to look at. I believe we had to go over to the reading room now. Come on, nurse, let's rumble. Oh, she's not even paying attention. Or she wasn't. So unlock that door. Yeah, we definitely gotta take a syringe now, but want to take out the other remaining enemies first. We don't have that key just yet. That way we're not just wasting health. It actually counts for a lot. I hear you, wherever you are. It's probably the mannequin over here, hiding besides the glass case over there. And there's one in here which normally you don't have to deal with. Oh, this is the wrong room. Yeah, this is totally the wrong room. I think it's actually 212. You normally don't have to deal with it, but since we have to get the glimpse of the past, we have no choice but to go through that enemy. It's right over there. Yeah, get him with that 3-hit combo, James. The Game Awards are only 3 days away. You know, today's Tuesdays. So we have all of today, and then Wednesday, and then Thursday's the Game Awards. So I wonder what Silent Hill is going to take home, if anything. Because it sweeped at the Game Fest Awards. It got like 5 different awards. Both James and Mary's voice actors beat out Final Fantasies and everyone else's. And it got, I think, Best Audio and Best Soundtrack too. So it got quite a number of awards. I think it also got Best Direction, probably. Or was it Best Story? I don't remember. But it definitely got 5 awards. At least from that show. So I wonder if it's going to get anything for the Game Awards. Probably not, except for like the Best Audio. That's the one I'm hoping it gets. Best Audio, maybe Best Voice Actor. But since he's up against Luke is up against Aerith's voice actress from Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, it's a toss-up. Either one of those could get it. I just hope it's them and not the woman from Hellblade 2, because that game looks boring as hell. Oh wow, so the stun overhead blow does work on the mannequins. That only worked on the nurses. It does work on them. But you gotta hit them when they're lying down, otherwise it doesn't really have an effect. Alright, we got that glimpse of the past. The other one is in the pantry downstairs, so we don't go there for a long time. That's when we have no weapons. It's that annoying section of the game. I don't mind it too much, but I know some people get annoyed at the fact that they have no weapons and can't fight back. Like, it's the one sneaking area in the game, and it's precisely the one that many people don't want to deal with. I gotta get back to Astrobot to complete that game. But Soul Reaper's not a very long game, and neither is Soul Reaper 2, so once we get done with that, we should have enough time to go and complete Astrobot. Look at that, the hotel's slowly changing. It's becoming grungier and grimier. The mold is seeping in, and the mildew is settling on the floor. Look at that. It looked gorgeous before, and now that looks kind of dirty and stained and not properly maintained. Although the first floor still looks decent. Incidentally, I had no idea that this whole layout, according to people on Reddit, is actually very similar, if not exact, to the layout at the Stanley Hotel once you get in the interior. Apparently it looks exactly like this, so kudos to Blue Room doing some actual research and matching the interior of the hotel to an existing hotel instead of just redoing, you know, Silent Hill 2's original hotel. They actually match its appearance based off an existing one. That's a pretty interesting concept. Oh, look at that! His legs are sticking out right through the wall. It's clipping. I haven't seen too many examples of clipping in this game, but this is definitely one of them. Like, those mannequins' legs there should not be there sticking through that wall. Also, didn't know they had a metal metal. What are those lids on the end of their arms? That explains why they hit so hard. If it's actual metal coating their arms, that explains why they hit so damn hard. Because that's the upper part, right? The lower portion has just feet, so those are the things they hit James with. So no wonder they hit hard. They're hitting him with actual metal on the ends. I didn't even know that. Let's grab this book. Store it to the end. I don't think this puzzle changes, right? I think it's always the same because of the painting. It can change, or else they'd have to change the painting. Pets Under a Garden by Pablo Gato. I'm still immensely disappointed that was not an actual book. That there is no actual author named Pablo Gato. Or otherwise Pablo the Cat. Pablo Cat. That is highly disappointing. I always forget which order these books go in. Can we put the book of can we put the Crimson Ceremony in there? Or the Book of Lost Memories? That is not right. Is it reversed? Do you have to do the reverse of the image in the photo? Maybe. Maybe it's the lying in the bowl downstairs. There we go. So it was reversed then. That's why it always trips me up in the other playthroughs. I always get tripped up on it because I keep thinking it has to be exactly the same, and now you just reverse it. It seems pretty obvious, but yeah, I just always ignore that part for some reason. I keep thinking it has to be exactly like it is in the painting, and not really. You have to reverse it. Photo number 3. Photo number 2. And we have photo number 1. Okay, so the next not the next photo, the next memo is the staff cleaning memo at the conference room. Should we do this early? We know it's deed done. Or is it? Maybe it's a different... Never mind, because maybe it's a different set of words on hard, so we're going to wait on that one. Yeah, I remember this one might actually change on hard. It might be a different set of words so that you can't get it. Because I think I saw someone else, I don't know if it was Roomby, get it two distinctly different words from the regular deed done statement that it has. So I think it's a changed set of words, it's not the same. So where do we go now? I guess we just go explore the rooms, right? This, I wonder what the meaning of this is. Is it just a random ad and it has no significance? That sounds like someone either crying or getting it on. One of those two. Could be either one, knowing Silent Hill. Could be Maria in there for all we know. There's a mannequin in here, isn't there? God damn it! Let's heal up before we get killed. I knew it was in there the whole time, and I still got whacked by it. That's what this game does. God damn it. No matter how alert you think you are, you still get ambushed by the enemies. Because that's just the way it goes. What about in here? Nope. Nothing in here. Let's go check out the other ones. I think the mirror puzzle is in one of these rooms, isn't it? Tool 7, tool 6. Nothing in tool 7. Oh, there is someone in tool 6. Ah, you missed. You almost had me. Damn, we do have to go in the other room. Because I believe there's items in there. Are these origami swans like a reference to like the origami killer in Heavy Rain? Is that why they're here? I know they do that in hotels, like take like your napkins and stuff like that and fold them into those swan shapes, but is that the reason they're here, or are they like references to another famous PlayStation game, Heavy Rain. Knowing Blue Runner, how they're fans of horror, I think it might be a reference. You know, that game is also very psychological. It's not nearly as good as Silent Hill 2, I'm afraid. Not nearly as good as this game. Or even the original Silent Hill 2. Especially not the original Silent Hill 2, but it's still pretty good, I guess, for what it is. It's not my type of game, but people who enjoy that type of narrative structure will find a lot to enjoy in that game. Even though half of it doesn't make a lick of sense, because they did not stick to the original plan for the killer. Apparently, people have guessed that originally it was supposed to be a killer what would determine who the killer was your choices that you made throughout the game. But then apparently they ran out of time and didn't know what to do, so they just made a certain character the killer. And it makes no sense given his previous actions that we've seen throughout the entire game. So they dropped the ball on that one. David Cage. This one moves fast. Oh, I was trying to dodge him. I was trying to dodge it, and I did not account for the hallway being so tight. It's in 204. Someone here? Nope, it's empty. Thank God. We don't need another mannequin ambush from this one. Yeah, so even though there's some slight flaws with it, you can see there's still some ghosting, especially in this section. I haven't really noticed it before, but I'm noticing it now in the hotel. And there's a couple of bobbles, I guess, with the frame rate here and there, but overall I'm surprised. This actually has become my favorite way to play the game, quality mode, because it does feel more slow-paced, more in line with other survival horror games like the original Silent Hills or even Resident Evil 2, which is still like a slower-paced survival horror game compared to how fast-paced and action-oriented RE4 is. It's still a slower-paced game, so it does feel in line with that. I might switch every now and then to performance just to see James move very quickly. You know, he moves funny quick in that game. Now that I compared it to, it almost looks like he's moving in like 1.5 times motion, like a sped up video on YouTube. This guy's not dead. Damn, even on easy mode he still wasn't dead. We're playing on light and he was still alive after we hit him how many goddamn times with a pipe. They are tough little bastards sometimes. Nothing in 203. We got nothing in 201. Got 202 is the one that's left. I think that one has the puzzle pieces, doesn't it? Although, wait a minute, is this where once you solve the puzzle you immediately trigger the spider mannequins? Because if so, I might want to go upstairs first before we do that. Yeah, I think I'm gonna come back. We're gonna come back to that because once we do, I believe that's when the Spider-Man can show up, and I do not want to come back to this section again. So we're gonna go upstairs and we're gonna take care of those rooms. Then we have to come back to room 202. We're gonna deal with those first. Check out what's upstairs. Go grab the light bulb from downstairs. Because that way, once we go over to that room, we never have to pass by there ever again. Here comes another bondage freak. You missed. Damn, Maria, you're sounding a bit desperate there. Get a handle on yourself, woman. We'll be there soon. This is where you have to watch out for. There is a mannequin here right next to the door. Right next to the freaking door. He's right here. Look at it. Look at this bastard. And we can't hit him through the door. So I think the only thing we can do is dodge him. We sure showed him. Or her. And let's get out of here because we don't have to come in this room either. All we need from here is just the bolt cutters. We can smash this glass to get those extra bullets. Even though we don't really need them. But again, I'm trying to see exactly how many we can get before the end of the game. And let's go get the upstairs key from the conference room. I believe those we can only open from behind. I do like how the fog looks in this version though. It looks a lot more natural and lifelike than in performance mode. Performance mode is kind of like just this grayish blanket everywhere. Just blanketing every aspect of the ground and the town. But here it actually has some nuance to it, so... yeah, like I said, surprisingly it's becoming my favorite way to play the game. And I did not expect that because most fidelity modes in video games suck nowadays. Oh! Okay, so we can't get off completely scot-free on not using the gun. We do have to use one single bullet. Just one. And it's to is to shoot down this part of the ceiling right over here so we can grab the can opener. Because like I said, I don't know if we actually need to input a different code or not, so we might as well shoot it. There you go. That's the only bullet we have to use in the entire game, since we're going for the trophy with no ranged weapons. So our one and our lone bullet that we can use right there to make that can opener fall down. Other than that, it's strictly melee. There's 215. This guy actually stumbled in the room B playthrough I watched. He fell down to the ground and couldn't get back up. It was like he tripped on the actual rug. It was funny to see. The enemies are just as clumsy as James sometimes. Like he literally took like one step and just stumbled down to the ground because he was actually standing upright instead of crawling along on the ground. And when she stepped into the room, he went to attack James, and for some reason he just tripped over like at that spot and just fell right on his face planted on the ground. It was funny to watch. Like, what the hell happened to this guy? What was he even planning? Okay, we got that. Oh yeah, we gotta go upstairs to get the conference room key. I was about to ask, do we even need to go back upstairs until we gotta fight the Mandarin boss? But yeah, we actually do. We need to get the key from the conference room. And that's to open up, I believe, a room downstairs. So let's go over to the conference room. There's some more ammo. Rifle rounds. I must have like 40 at this point. This is gonna be fun when we do it. Just beating that Mandarin to death with the pipe. Oh boy, that's gonna be fun. Although, you know what I might try? When he busts in through the door like this, and that wall is burst open, I might just try to push the bookcase to the left, and then just get the hell out of there, just leave him there. I think we did that on hard mode, right? We just left him here, we didn't even bother fighting him. There's the key to 107 and the extra note. Nice. So we can't get that just yet. So let's go downstairs to room 107. And then what I'll do is I'll get what's left over from the second floor once we're heading back here, because we never had to pass by that area again. Actually, should we do we have the employee elevator key or not? No, we still don't. We have 202. Bolt cutters and 107. Okay, so let's go to 107 first. Like I said, when we come back we can go to 202. I believe that goes outside to the garden, doesn't it? You almost had me. He has mad range with that attack. Could spit it out over like 10 feet. Ooh, come on. It's like a gross fountain of mud or worse. Because that's not mud. And it may not even be vomit either. It looks too brown to be that one. Maybe that represents how Mary couldn't really take care of herself anymore, and she was constantly growing up from the treatments or messing herself up. And someone needed to change her. Because this is way too gross, the way they spit like that. Oh, wait a minute, we were here already. We gotta go to room 107. Damn, that one was clever. It was hiding behind the pot. Alright, so yeah, I believe this goes to the garden. 107. There's the last memo we need to get from this section. Alright, so we only have 2 memos left. One is in the basement area where you find the 3 gemstones with the numbers on it, and then we have one final memo in the Otherworld version of the Lakeview. Or rather, the actual version of the Lakeview, because Masahiro Ito confirmed on Twitter, or X as they call it now, that this is actually the Otherworld. This is actually the Otherworld, what James is seeing, and then slowly, little by little, it actually reverts to the actual status of the hotel. Which is why I believe that the town also messes with Laura's perception too, because even though she's not seeing the monsters, she's sure as hell not seeing a burnt down, wrecked hotel, or else she would have mentioned it to him. Like, why would Mary be in this ugly place that's burnt down and full of ash, and it's just swampy and flooded and everything? Why would she be here in this place? So obviously she's seeing it as it exists in James's mind, as a regular, actual, functioning hotel. She's not seeing the burnt out husk version of it either. So she is technically in the Otherworld too. She's just not getting attacked, but she is there, because otherwise she would see this hotel exactly as it is, burnt up and flooded, and she doesn't, because she never mentions it even once. It's nothing unusual to her, and she would definitely say something if it was wrecked. So yeah, Laura is in the Otherworld too. She's just not seeing the monsters because they're not attacking her. She doesn't have enough darkness inside her yet for them to attack her, but she's definitely seen the Otherworld version of the hotel. Nice one, James. I wonder if the item we're supposed to retrieve from the safe for the stillness ending counts as a memo. Probably not, right? Since it's an extra item. They are very easy to predict if you got their routine down pat, but if on harder, it's a lot more difficult. Yeah, it's a lot harder to dodge them on hard mode, no pun intended. And they can almost sleep like halfway across the room, the way Batman does in the Arkham games, where he's just like 10 or 15 feet away, and then all of a sudden he's right there at an enemy's face. That's what they can do on hard mode. If you didn't see it, they can literally leap like 10 or 50 feet to where James is, which makes it very difficult to dodge them. That's why you almost wish they would have a block button. So you see that right there? Look at that right there. That is that's actually a pretty slow attack compared to how they move on hard mode. They move fast as hell on that difficulty. A lot of people get sick and tired and fed up with them because of how fast they move and how hard they hit. James is almost using it like a baseball bat now, with the way he swings. It's pretty cool to see him expertly swing a pipe like that. Because now that he's been in the town for a long, long while, obviously he's gotten used to fighting. That's why I don't agree that the character should always stay clumsy and not know what they're doing and everything. Because if you've been fighting for your survival after 8 hours, you're definitely going to be used to what's going on. Yeah, by the time you make it all the way to the hotel, you're not going to be thrown by anything that the town can throw at you. You're going to expect it all, so it makes sense for James to gradually lose his fear and become less and less hesitant to actually engage these things in combat, because he's been here for like 8 hours or so by this point, so he's gotten used to it all. He's seeing every trick the town can throw at him, so it's no longer a surprise. So for him to still be like some people have suggested, like still moving very uncoordinated or or falling to the ground when he tries to dodge, because people say they gotta have like a like um like a counter, like a meter to the dodge, so when you use it, it takes a moment to recharge. That is absolutely stupid. Sorry to say, like, it's just real people don't work like that. Like, again, maybe James couldn't dodge 50 times in a row, but still, the idea that you dodge once if you're a normal person, then you have to take 4 or 5 seconds to recharge, that is just completely asinine. Like, stop trying to make everyday protagonist characters into completely useless lumps of flesh. There is a prime difference between someone like Harry Mason, who is not trained but is determined to save his daughter and is willing to fight, and someone like Chris Redfield, who is a trained operative that can literally move mountains or boulders. There is a huge difference, but at the same time, you don't want Harry to be a completely useless piece of shit. You know, same thing for James or Henry or Heather or any other everyman protagonist you can mention. At some point, people do lose fear of what they're fighting, and they're forced to get adept at fighting. You start moving a lot quicker, and you become more agile because you get used to slowly what you're dealing with. It makes no sense for James to still not know how to fight at the very end of the game. That's just insane. I get that you want to keep it all less action oriented and more in line with everyday protagonists, but it's like, dude, have you ever seen two ordinary everyday people fight in a lunchroom when you were a kid, or in the yard, or some in the school when you were a kid? They can be vicious. Ordinary people can be just as much ruthless killers as the most hardened serial killer. It just takes the right set of circumstances. So for these fans to sit there and say, "Oh, I want the combat intentionally crappy even towards the end because that's how we know that they're an everyman protagonist." And it's like, do you know how unplayable that's going to make the game if the combat starts out crap and then stays complete crap throughout the game? Do you know how unplayable that would make everything? Like, only the most devoted, die-hard Silent Hill fans would buy the game then, because no one else would want to play it. You have to strike a balance between what you view as artistic and what actually works for the game. Otherwise, you're not doing your job. You have to. You have to strike the right balance between being something that fits with the narrative, but also at the same time being something that you can play. Because if a game is unplayable, it can have the most brilliant story ever told. It doesn't matter. People will not buy that shit. They will not buy it because the game is unplayable. Slitterhead is finding out that lesson right now. That was the game made by the former director of Silent Hill. You know, it was a small game made by the director of the first Silent Hill 1, and then his new team. And it has a really intriguing story with a lot of twists and interesting premises, but the game itself is so janky that it's borderline unplayable. And I've seen someone try to play it, and yeah, there's a lot of flaws with the combat system in that game, and the camera system in that game, and the weapons that you can use, and so on and so forth. There's a lot of flaws in there, and what it does, it makes the game not fun to play. You don't want to play it because there's so many flaws in there that it's borderline unplayable. And that's definitely what you don't want to have happen to Silent Hill. You do not want that, because we had that already. It was called Shattered Memories. Had a pretty interesting story. It was basically a sequel to Silent Hill 1's bad ending. Pretty unique premise, pretty unique approach to the way it presented the world. It delivered the world to you based on the diagnosis that the doctor gave you, and what you responded on his test that he would give you from time to time. That's what shaped the world of the game. But the problem is, because there was no combat and all you were doing was just running and hiding from the enemies in a straight and narrow path, you know, you didn't have room for exploration. You didn't have room for anything else in the Otherworld. It became borderline unplayable because of how the combat system was presented, which is there was no combat system. You were just running and hiding from a repetitive set of enemies, and then occasionally you use flares to defend yourself or distract the enemies. That was all there was to it, and people hated it. They liked the story. Some of them loved the story and the unique twist it took, but then the story was held back by the gameplay because it was just not fun. was just not good. It was a noble experiment that never should have been made a Silent Hill game. It should have stayed its own unique thing in the genre, and then it might have had a better chance. But by making it a Silent Hill game, it came with certain expectations for the rest of the fandom, and you know that made it so it did not live up to them. It was almost impossible to live up to the reputation of the series, and like I said, the game was boring to play. You had no exploration of the Otherworld. You have no way to defend yourself besides flares. The chase sequences got repetitive. It was just an all-around mess in the gameplay. But the story was fine and beautiful, and it had a nice, decent soundtrack. It was just no fun to play. You have to balance your artistic vision with ordinary, everyday concerns gamers have when you're developing a video game. You don't have the choice of being 100% artistically free. Unless you're Kojima. He's the only one pretty much. Kojima and I don't know, maybe David Cage or Sam Lake, the guy behind Alan Wake, maybe him. Maybe those are the only three directors that really get full creative freedom. They just do whatever they want. But everyone else, no, you have to balance it out. Because that's how you make the gameplay fun. Because if you don't make it fun, then why are you playing a game? You end up with the Last of Us 2 situation where that game is miserable to play. It has some solid elements to it, but the game itself is just damn miserable to play. I'm wondering if we could do the boss first before going to room 202. Ah, fuck it, let's just go to room 202, whatever. We're never gonna come back here again after doing the boss. We're just gonna go downstairs to the basement. Yeah, because the employee elevator is here. I believe that's the key we get, right? Like I'm thinking it's not a music box statue that we get in the light bulb room, right? It's the key to the employee elevator. Yeah, because we haven't come across that key just yet, so I think it's the key that you get. Yeah, so you know what, let's just do it. Whatever. Let's just do it. Let's save first in case something goes wrong. Alright, so yeah, let's just head to room 202. We'll just outrun the mannequins since we're never coming back here. I don't think we're coming back here at any rate. Always check that corner, make sure no one's hiding there. What is this painting? Bare-breasted woman here, just randomly painted in the hallway of the hotel. More ammo that we can't use. Alright, let's use the key to room 202. Before we go over there, let's gather this piece first. Like Mars said, I don't see the point of putting that mirror shard right here in this room, since you're literally just going to take it, what, 20 feet over here? That's one puzzle I do not see the point of. Why do you put the mirror shard over there? It's literally in the next room. Like, do you really think people are not going to check this room and bring the piece back here? I don't get what that's supposed to be. Alright, let's put together the mirror. So since we're going for the Maria ending, we're gonna use the ripe apple. The rotten one is apparently for leave. You know, because it's basically acknowledging Mary's illness. We're gonna use ripe. There's one. There's two. There's three. 4. 5. And 6. I like doing this puzzle. It's pretty simple and it's fun to do for a few seconds. Imagine if James could just step through the mirror in there and, you know, come out on the other side of the room, like in Silent Hill Origins. That would be a pretty cool effect. Alright, so we know the spider mannequins are coming now. But fortunately for us, we don't have to deal with them anymore, because we're done with this section completely. Random pills. Was somebody trying to commit suicide there, or they were just chugging down pills? Okay, so we gotta go straight ahead and then make a left. We're just gonna run from the mannequins. I'm not gonna bother trying to fight these guys. Just run all the way there. Oh yeah, where's the light bulb? Oh, we still have to go into the reading room. Fuck, we should have done that first. Should have done that first. Yep, because here they come. Damn, look at all of them. So many of them. Let's get in here. We're safe in here. They can't come in the save room. At least I don't think so. Can they come in the save room? Really? They better not. I don't approve of that if they do. Hopefully they just stay away from there. So this is literally just the exit blocked off. There's nothing behind that. When I first played the game, I thought there would be like a stairway or something behind that, or you had to knock it down, but no, there's nothing behind that brick wall. Wait a minute, where's the red paint? I just realized we don't even have the red paint. Oh. Damn, we do have to go upstairs. Crap. Never mind, we have to go upstairs to the fireplace key. I mean to the fireplace to use it. Let's just run for it. Yeah, we do have to go upstairs. So let's head to the good old-fashioned conference room. I'm kind of curious to see how many hits it would take to kill one of them, but I think I might just skip it and go over here. Because if it takes like 20 or 25 hits, we're going to be there for a long time, so I don't particularly feel like fighting that guy that long. I think I might just skip it. We just move the wall and just get out of there. Leave him be here in this room. He's not doing anything else to anyone. Why should we bother him? Alright, here we go. Mandarin time. And we ain't talking about the chicken. Alright, come on, big boy. Let's just get some good wax in on him first, just to hit him. I just want to hit him a couple times. It almost looks like he's dusty. You see that green stuff pouring out of him? It looks like dust. Gotta hit it one more time. Once he charges and does that leap assault, that's when he jumps at you, that's when he's distracted. There we go. Just bust through his wall. James, get the hell out of there. There we go. You cannot get me through there. He is done. He is stuck in there permanently. Look at that. He's just infuriated that he can no longer get me through the wall. He's done. There's no way out of that room for him. Oh, look at the buckets of red paint right over there. How convenient. Blood red paint. Is it really just blood red paint, or is that what they're telling you to believe? Is that what they're trying to tell you? Is it really blood red paint, or are they just lying to us? Because in this town it could be either one. It could be, oh yeah, we gotta combine it with the damn, we never picked up the can opener downstairs. Fuck. We gotta go back down. I just remember we never picked up the can opener. That sucks. Gotta go back down. Alright, let's go back down to the first floor. It's in the cafe where Laura's playing the piano. Or the restaurant, whatever that place is. Yeah, I think it's the restaurant. The cafe's to the right. So it's over here. And we got the can opener. People were upset about them having the can opener but not the can of light bulbs in the original game. Instead, they traded it for a bloody red paint. People did not approve. They did not approve of the fact that you had the can opener and you had a can. You had a can of something, but it was a can of paint instead of a can of light bulbs. And I think, isn't the can of light bulbs a glimpse of the past? I think it is, right? When you're downstairs near the bar area, when it's all flooded, I think it is actual an actual glimpse of the past. Alright, so let's go back upstairs and get our code. I'm gonna be annoyed if it's the same code. We could just enter the deed done and called it a day. They better not be the same code. They better not come in here. Alright, let's put the new one in there. Oh, love, lust. Oh yeah, that's the one Room B got. Okay, so yeah, they did change the code. So I would have guessed wrong. And obviously that's standing in for the difference between Mary and Maria. Love and lust. Listen to the mannequins out there. They almost sound like wind-up toys. There's the employee elevator key. There we go. Alright, time to get out of this place. Alright, so we gotta go over here and dump all our stuff. We're at an hour 27 now. I think this might actually be a pretty good stopping point because we're almost done with the main section of the hotel. After that, after we go downstairs, it'll be a time to do the Otherworld version, or rather the version of what the hotel is really like. So I think this might be a good stopping point. If I started earlier, I might have gone a little further, but it is 4:45 right now a.m. in the morning, so I'm not sure I want to go for another half an hour, which is what it's probably going to take to complete that section downstairs, because we got to get past all the monsters. We got to gather up all the 3 cube things with the numbers on them. We got to go downstairs and use the valve, and then go to the first floor of the hotel, and then get back up and get our stuff. And it's a whole bunch of stuff we need to do. And it's not that long if you know what you're doing, but at the same time, it's still going to take like at least half an hour. So I'm thinking this might be an actual good place to stop for the night. Yeah, we're going to save. Alright, we're going to save here. Also don't want the videos to be too long. And I've already had some that are either pretty close to 2 hours or over 2 hours, so I don't like them to be that long. Like an hour and a half is a pretty good length for a video. So we are in the home stretch. We found almost all the stuff we need to find in the hotel. There's only 2 memos left. One is downstairs, the other's in the Otherworld. We've got about 3 glimpses of the past left, or maybe 4. I gotta check the list, but it's not that many, so we're almost done with that section too. And then the strange photos. There are only 3 of the photos left. I was just checking the list, so we are almost done with the game. So when we come back next time, we're gonna go downstairs and deal with all the hanging enemies downstairs while we get the 3 cubes to solve that one puzzle. Then we're gonna do the music box, which leads us to room 312, and from there on we're gonna finish the rest of the game. I'm gonna have to play the conclusion twice because I want to do one for the Maria ending and then one for the Stillness ending. And in order to do the Stillness ending, you have to beat the game again. So we're gonna do the dog ending first, since that's the quickest. We'll do the dog ending. That's the fastest one to do. Then we'll go for Maria, and then we'll finish up the game with the Stillness ending, which is, I'm hoping it lives up to the hype and it is the best ending in the game. But we're gonna finish off the game on a right note. I don't want to leave James just hanging with the Maria ending, because that's a pretty grim fate for both characters if you know what that ending is. So I don't want to end the game on that sour note. I want to end it on something positive. So we're gonna save the Stillness ending for last. But either way, we're almost done with Silent Hill, and we're almost done with the trophies too. Like, I think we'll get most, if not all, of the remaining trophies when we do that final push of the playthrough last time. So yeah, we're almost done with Silent Hill 2 Remake for good. It's been a pretty great game. This game definitely surprised me in a very positive way. Like I said, it makes me wish Bluebird were working on more Silent Hill remakes instead of new original games, because they're doing Chronos and one other game we have no idea about what it is. Something for the Switch, that's all we know. Project M is for the Switch, and it's likely horror. That's all we know, nothing else. So, you know, I wish that were remastered the first Silent Hill, but that's probably not the case, because otherwise it would be on every system, not just the Switch. You know, I don't think there's too big of a horror following or horror demand for games on the Switch. I just don't see it being a big platform for horror-based gamers, so I assume it's something original. But we do have Silent Hill F and Silent Hill Townfall, which I hope to see trailers of at the Game Awards. I don't know if Jeff Keighley's gonna allow that, because he has a very blatant grudge against Konami for how they treated Kojima all those years ago. But you know, it's been a long time, and those games have been in development for almost 3 years now, if not longer. So hopefully they have something new to show us there at the Game Awards. But either way, I look forward to eventually hearing more about those two Silent Hill games and what they're going to bring to the table, because hopefully they end up turning out good, and then the series is fully revitalized and we can get some more remakes and new games too. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the playthrough so far, and I will see you again next time, probably for the final time on Silent Hill 2 Remake on the good old-fashioned PS5 in quality mode. Look at how gorgeous the game looks. So see you later, everyone.